Batman 33, Tom King writing, Joelle Jones, who like I know she's writing some of the one of the arcs coming up, like in like December, January, but I didn't realize she was writing one so soon as well. So when I saw that name, I was like, oh,
Yeah, I did the same thing. My friend at the shop goes, "Hey, did you check out who's the artist on Batman?" I was like, "No, not yet." They're like, Joel Jones. I was like, "Okay, well,
Ki-
I already had it bought, but
I don't
like,
know how many virgins King sacrificed to get all the artists that he
yeah."
does, but he sacrificed someone to something.
And we've already seen Jones's art in DC with Supergirl being super,
Yeah, we loved that
and
book. We loved
oh, perfect. That's I once that comes out in trade, it's going onto my Superman shelf of best
should be a
stories.
deluxe. They shouldn't skimp on that. Nice big deluxe
No,
hardcover for it.
and so here seeing Jones draw all the Batman characters and so we see the Robins and I'm not trying to jump ahead, but and each of them not just has a color scheme to them,
They're all in polo
but
shirts, which I love. It's all polo
they're
shirts.
all they're all in polo shirts, but they all just down to their body language are all completely different. And it's like it's an artist on Jones's level that can do that and differentiate between characters without them having to talk. Like you instantly know which one's Dick and which one's Damien. Well, of course the age, but the one that you could get
Yeah.
lost in is Jason and Dick.
Yeah,
You know?
Jason wasn't as super obvious for the first panel, but then it became
Yeah,
clear fairly quickly afterwards.
yeah,
If I have if I have one complaint about the art is that maybe Damien looks a little bit older than he should.
yeah,
But that's a bit. I mean, it's a small nitpick to make,
yeah.
but it's
But
that's
but with the writing though, it fills that right in
yeah.
because when we get to what happens there, and it makes sense he would react in that way because
So
he's a volatile teenager.
so now obviously we have Batman and Catwoman in the desert. They're going to Kadim to find something.
Demon.
We'll get to that.
Just- Yeah.
But they're and there's this sort of moment at the start where they've both got horses, but one of them needs to be put down, and Catwoman like takes a shotgun and like it's a very cinematic moment where it goes to that big wide 2-page spread of
Yep.
which, it's like all the build up to her shooting it in the head, and they're sort of saying, oh, the horse deserves better. This is a shame, yeah. And then it goes to that 2-page spread for the actual gunshot, and then it goes back, and they're all quiet. But I just want to point out how much I actually love, desert outfit Catwoman.
Setting. Yeah. Well, even Batman. Like
Batman's okay. We've seen kind of desert Batman before though.
we've seen that before, and even in Batman vs Superman, I hated it because it looked like with Snyder stylings, it was just too much. But here with Jones, it's still Batman, but it's like again, it's like you remember in the '90s they had the action figures, and there were all the different Batmans that we'd never seen on like the animated series or even in comics. They would have like Gladiator Batman. I feel like Desert Operation Batman would have been one of those toys like I would have had to have.
I think Desert Catwoman works because a lot of it's just a regular sort of desert outfit, but then
Yeah.
her cowl that she's got on is very reminiscent of like what pilots used to wear. The little
Yeah.
kind of I don't even know what you call them. But
No,
so it's pilot hat.
any picture you've seen of Amelia Earhart, she
Yeah,
wore one.
yeah, one of
It's like
those. Yeah.
it's like a beanie, like a leather beanie with a strap on it.
Yeah,
Like,
but then she's got her goggles on top of it, like she usually does with her regular suit. But
yep,
in the desert, her goggles make a lot of sense because you'd want to have goggles to cover your
the
eyes.
sand.
So it makes sense practically, but it just looks kind of cool. Like it actually really fits her look.
Well, and then when she brings out the whip,
Oh, I love
like
that page. It's a great
I
page.
I got Indiana Jones vibes from the time this started because they're riding the horses through the desert and the sun's setting and you get that 2-page spread and it's just their silhouette against the sun
She,
in the dunes.
she's going to
Like,
again. Jones is very good with building up the momentum of the scene because the whip comes down. It's like over like 3 panels as it like extends and you
and
see what it is.
and you can feel when it drops behind her. She reaches up
Yeah.
behind her to grab it, and then it drops into frame, and you
It-
can feel the motion. Like it's fantastic.
And also very expressive. I love like she goes up to the big because there's a bodyguard where they're going. They went to see
It was
Tiger.
massive.
Went to see
Yeah.
Tiger to get to this place, and this big bodyguard's there. He's like, "No, I've been appointed to by the Justice League. I'm not letting anyone in." And Catwoman was like, "Oh, can I?" And she's like, Batman's like, "Yeah, fine, be nice." So basically, she wants to fight, and he's like, "Okay, you can have the fight, but don't overdo it." And it's just it's that panel of her looking up at him. It's kind of adorable, but you know she's about to mess with him, so she's going to mess him
Yeah.
up. She's going to win. There's no way he's coming out on this on top. But no, it's just really great. All that stuff in the desert looks great. So you've got them in the desert looking for something, and we'll sort of save what they're looking for till the end.
Yeah.
And the other side of the book, you've got all the Robins in Wayne Manor in their polo shirts, as mentioned, and they're just kind of bantering, messing with the dog. Jason's like can't get the dog, Ace to do anything, but then Alfred walks in and gives it one command, and it just does what he wants.
The return of Ace, the Bat Hound. I love it. Like, as much as I love Titus, that story King told in the annual of it's one of my favorite stories of the past year, and. So to see, of course, Jason's the one fighting with the dog because the dog looks like stole his coat. Like, pretty hilarious.
Yeah. So you've got all the Robins, and then Alfred comes in, and he gets a phone call from Superman about what Batman's doing. They don't seem to know it's Batman that's doing it, but it's like, someone's broke into this secure location we set up in the desert. What's going on? And Alfred's like, yeah, he's not here at the moment, blah, blah, blah. But he hangs up the phone, and he's like... Right, and I love that there's this page where the Robins all guess what's going on. Oh, let me guess, Batman had a secret from everyone, and now everyone's in danger. Oh, that sounds about right. And then the next page is Alfred. It's probably the best page in the book. Even not in a flashy way, just in the... Alfred at the top of the page says, Master Wayne proposed to Miss Kyle. She accepted. And then the two reaction shots of all four Robins just kind of... And the dog. The dog reacted as well is the best part. And they're all just like... He did what? Say that again. And obviously Duke's there, and I love the banter with Duke as well. After this, where he's like, I think it's Jason's like, Duke, you're supposed to cheer him up. You're the Robin. He's like, hey, coming from you who like died and came back to life. No. Yeah. And besides, I'm not even Robin. He's Robin. Like, just...
And then you see Damien taking all this in, who's just kind of shell shocked by it all.
Yeah, Damien takes it hard. In fact, probably the funniest moment in the book is when Damien starts breaking down and crying, and Alfred's got him. And I don't know which one of them says it, but one of the other Robins says, "Oh God, he's crying. We're all going to die."
Pretty sure it's Duke, but
I think it's Duke. I can't remember which one it was, but it really cracked me up. And the funny thing is, this is the time, like, Duke's not really attached to me. I'm not really attached to him that much yet. But whenever King writes him in the group with all the other Robins, he fits really well.
Yeah.
So,
definitely.
Good on that. But Damien, basically, because he heard where things were going down, he's like, oh, I know what he's looking for. I know why he's there. Who they've got trapped there. The Justice League have got someone in prison, basically, in the desert. And it's Talia al Ghul. And that's where we end our cliffhanger. Is Talia's getting ready to go get her swords. So,
do you think that they have to go because they have to get Bruce and Talia's wedding or marriage annulled?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like it looks like it's going to be like this globe-altering event, but no, it's a personal errand, and the fact like the stakes are raised when Superman calls Alfred, and he goes, "No, the reason I'm calling you Alfred is because Bruce isn't answering, and he's the only one that hasn't. So we know it's him." I love that because it's something that like, if this is all in the rest of continuity with Damien, that she's been brought back like he was, so of course they would keep tabs on her. But yeah, and I wonder how that's going to play in with all of the Ra's al Ghul stuff we saw in Tech.
I like how I like how Catwoman came with him. Like she didn't let him go on his own, and I don't know if it's mistrust or she's like, no, I want to look this bitch in the eye.
She's a master thief, and she stole his heart, and she's gonna wave it in front of Talia.
Look at that turn a little phrase there, Matt. You got very romantic there for a second.
I have my moments.
The master thief that stole the Bat's heart.
Yeah, she is. That's it. So, and it's weird because we've seen so many other characters be that girlfriend figure to Batman, whether it was Silver St. Cloud in the past, in Vicky Vale, and none of them stuck, but Talia and Catwoman, to which like those are the two love interests really in Dark Knight Rises, So I think it's interesting.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, I like this issue quite a bit. Obviously, it was a different change of pace from War Jokes and Riddles, which we just went through.
Yeah.
But I thought it was it was very. I liked the mystery of what they were doing. I like all the stuff in the desert looked beautiful. Joelle Jones is very expressive, very good sequential art as well. So no,
By the way, did you get the Lady Killer? No, she has that independent book she does. I think it's from Dark Horse, but called Lady Killer. And did you get the Easter egg in this one?
I did not get an Easter egg. What was the Easter egg?
So Damien's reading a book, and it says The Lady Killer
yeah,
in 1961.
Now that you've pointed it out, yeah, I remember I'm reading that now.
Because it's very clear. It's not like, you know, in comics when they don't want you to care about what's on the cover, so they'll just do it like that scratchy, you know, you can't make it quite out. Here it was very clear. I thought that was pretty funny.
Nice touch. You know what? I'm glad. It's so cool that Joelle Jones is now in the rotation for Batman, like with Shannon. I don't know. Does that mean Finch is doing other things? Is he?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe he's on something else. Actually, maybe he's on one of the Dark Matter books. I'd have to go and double check that. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
The New Age of DC Heroes books now. Sorry.
I think you're right though too, because I think he's doing the Damage book. Does that look like his art?
Yeah, it may be.
But don't quote me on that.
It may be that simple that he's just on one of those books, and that's why he's not on Batman anymore. But you know, I love Joelle Jones, so I have no problems with her being the alternate to Janin.